guys, welcome back. So, I did it. I graduated Magical Readthon. There is kind of a qualm with this. But these are all the books I have that got me to pass this semester. So, as you guys can tell, and I'm gonna just throw this out here right now. Yeah, I didn't finish this. I'm still working on it, but I'm gonna use some of my points. Got like 50 points in the all-nighter plus some of the other sprints that G was holding. So I'm gonna use those, and I'm just gonna switcheroo my prompt. And I used Parable of the Sower, which definitely has I would say half circles, but they're circles. And I'm just gonna switcheroo. Now that I have this in my hand, we'll start with this, even though this is not the first book. This is the last book I finished. I loved Kindred so much. Kindred holds a very special place in my heart when it comes to books that deal with issues, especially on race, and I call it generation bias or generational hatred. And Kindred took my heart, took my soul. It's such a fabulous book. This, on the other hand, I think it was supposed to, but it was written in such a way, like a stream of consciousness, that it was just so jumpy, all over the place. I think they were writing some type of book, that I think they were calling the, Earth Seed, I believe, might have been what they were doing. I'm not sure. It was such a weird book, and I feel like I was supposed to get stuff out of it that because of the way it was written, it didn't take my breath away like Kindred did. So I'm giving this a 2.5. I'm gonna probably watch some reviews on this, and for somebody to actually explain it to me, and maybe it's a 3, but it's still going into the bag of doom. Then I have the Dragon Republic, 5 stars. This is way more graphic than I remember it. This has to deal with a war. So in the first book, The Poppy War, you have Rin. She is going to the school that they teach you to be a warrior. And then something that happens at the end of book 1, another war has started. So that's kind of where we are in book 2. And just walking around this world, R.F. Kuang just understands what it would feel like to be in ancient, I'm guessing it's China. China. Ancient China around this wartime period, and she just draws it so well, and she doesn't hold anything back. She reminds me of a George R. R. Martin, Joe Abercrombie, in the way that they're all grim, dark, and they don't hold anything back, and it's written in such a way that I don't feel like is graphic for no reason. I feel like she's pointing stuff out to get your attention. I can understand why people do not like that, because it is graphic. Check every trigger warning in the book of how graphic this is. Spam callers, I swear. I love authors that can go that far, that I don't feel like you're putting me in a war scene and I don't understand why. I've read a book recently that was kind of grotesque like that or something recently that I thought, but this is good. 5 stars. I'm hoping I like the third one. I'm going to read the third one next month in preparing to figure out if I'm going to buy the Poppy War Illumicrate, which my wallet's probably going to cry no, and my feelings towards it is going to be like yes. Fat and Folk by Eliza Chan. This was graphic for no reason. This is about, there's two worlds. There's the upper world of the humans, and then there's the bottom world of the merfolk, pretty much. This is just a big, huge book, 400 pages, however long this was, of don't pollute our oceans and race is bad. Which I don't, ow. Ow. I don't disagree with either one of those statements, but at the same time, I was like, I'm not relating to any of the characters. There was some sort of love story that I couldn't get into, and if I can't relate to the characters, the rebellion kind of sounds kind of pointless. The rebellion part feels kind of pointless, and I did not like this book. And this was graphic for no reason. Like, there's scenes in here that I was just like, okay, we're going a little too far. And if you're an animal lover person, probably don't read that. Probably don't read this. Five Broken Blades by Maya Corland. This felt too basic fantasy. This would be a book that if you're really into, and I've never read Six of Crows, but if you're really into Six of Crows and you like that people get together for a mission, maybe they don't particularly like each other, but they're trying to get along with each other type of story, you might actually like this. This is actually well written. It's just, it feels too typical fantasy. And I was just like, I would probably pick up the other two, like, from the library if I saw them, but I don't feel a desire to keep this. But this is about, six people coming together, and we're gonna kill the king. And it felt so typical. It felt so typical fantasy until kind of the twist at the end, but I was just like, I'm good. And I felt like it could have been just like one book. And you know, why am I putting this stuff away? I need to do a short. But I just kind of wanted to talk overall about how I felt about Magical Readathon. I felt like it went really well. I read a lot of books over what I normally do. Like, usually I just read the minimum and I'm scrapping to get by. But I read a lot of books for extra prompts. I'm actually right now reading The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea, that if I finish this, I will definitely just add it as an extra credit book. I didn't want to add it to this video because I'm done with Magical Readathon. I really do enjoy myself, but I kind of want to move on to newer things, and I kind of want to open up my TBR a little bit. Like, I was getting ready for a bath, like, actually tonight, and had to just, like, pick something off the bookshelf to read, because I'm kind of in the middle of TBRs right now. Like, I'm finishing off Magical Readathon, and I don't really want to start my other books until October for my anticipated reads, and which I'm really excited about that. That TBR is going to be a lot of fun. And then December is going to be just me catching up on a lot of stuff goal-wise. So that could be a little less fun. I might bring it back to November, just depending on kind of how that goes. But anyway, like and subscribe. I hope if you participate in Magical Readathon, you really did enjoy yourself. You got some really good reads. I'm hoping a lot of 5 stars for a lot of people. And I will see you in the next video. See me on Thursdays and Sundays. Thursdays is media, Sundays is books, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!